Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Sunday morning to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. Today in this matchup we are in week 13 and we'll be traveling to Nevada to battle off against the Las Vegas Raiders. So this is really interesting because when they begin week 13 you get to view the playoff picture. It's like a bracket to see who's in the postseason if the season ended today. As you can see, the London Bulldogs, that's our team. They're in the postseason because they are undefeated still, along with the Chicago Bears. And it would be the first round bye for the Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if it ended today, we'd be battling off against the Dallas Cowboys. It would be the Seattle Seahawks versus the Minnesota Vikings, the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Tennessee Titans battling off against the Cincinnati Bengals, the Las Vegas Raiders battling off against the Indianapolis Colts, and the Miami Dolphins battling off against the Denver Broncos. So, with that being said, we will move on to Week 13, and we'll see you at kickoff time at Allegiant Stadium. So we'll be battling off against the Las Vegas Raiders, and now we have to stun the opposing fans, and we have to have 3 passing touchdowns. And we'll be battling off against Derek Carr.
Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Drew Brees and the London Bulldogs.
Alright, now we're ready to return a kickoff, and we got Jalen Ramsey ready to return for the London Bulldogs. And he's going to return this out, and he's going to get stopped. He's going to break tackle and get stopped at the 42-yard line. So we are here at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is pretty nice, I'd have to say. I do like the Olympic-style torch in the stadium, which makes it unique. And now I'm going to pass the ball to Odell Beckham Jr., and that will turn out to be an incomplete pass there. And this will lead into a 2nd and 10 here for the London Bulldogs. So now Drew Brees, he's thinking about throwing the ball there, and this will lead into 3rd and 10. So now we're going to use a verticals pass here on 3rd and 10 here for the London Bulldogs. So now we should be able to get a first down here. We throw it to Larry Fitzgerald. He does catch the ball in time, and he gets it into the end zone. And the London Bulldogs take this 7-0 lead with Larry Fitzgerald's 58-yard touchdown. And we will see you guys when we are on defense. Alright, now we're going to use some man coverage here on 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. And now Derek Carr, he's thinking about throwing the ball, and he will get sacked by Matthew Iodonis. And this will be his first sack of the game, and it will lead into a 2nd down and 16 here for the Las Vegas Raiders. And we're using the 46 defense. And this is 2nd and 16 now for the Bulldogs. They're going to throw it, and that for the Raiders, and they throw their first pass of the game. It will be incomplete, and this will lead into a 3rd and 16 here for Las Vegas. And Derek Carr gets sacked by J.J. Watt, and this will lead into a 4th and 28 now for the Raiders as they have to punt, and the London Bulldogs will be ready to return. And they will punt this away. And now he's going to return this. Jalen Ramsey. He's going to break tackles and will get stopped at the 41-yard line there. So now this is going to be a 1st and 10 here for the London Bulldogs. So we got Cam Newton in. And I'm going to hand the ball off to Frank Gore. And he only gains about 3 yards on that carry. So this will lead into a 2nd and 7 here for the London Bulldogs. So 2nd and 7 now for the London Bulldogs. Cam Newton with this speed. He's going to run this in. And he's going to get a touchdown for the London Bulldogs. And this will be a 14-0 lead. So he has 5,000 career rushing yards. And he did that tip-off celebration there. And the London Bulldogs are now going to lead us 14-0. We'll see you guys when we are on defense. And Chase Young makes that fumble recovery into the end zone. And that will be a touchdown for the Bulldogs. The Ohio State product who got drafted 2nd overall in the 2020 NFL draft there makes that play. So it's now going to be a 21-0 lead here in Las Vegas, Nevada in the 7:02. And now this will be a 21-0 lead. We're going to take a break. So now this is the end of the first quarter as the London Bulldogs take this lead at Allegiant Stadium, 21-0. And now Jalen Ramsey will be ready to return the punt here for London as the Raiders punt this away, and Ramsey will return. So now he's going to return this out, and he's going to get stopped around the logo area, not around the 48-yard line. So this will be a 1st down and 10 for London. And we're going to use the HB stretch here. And now we're going to hand the ball off to Mark Ingram II, and he's going to run this out. And he's going to get stopped at the 35 there. So this will lead into a 1st and 10 here for the London Bulldogs. And now we're going to use some inside zone with Mark Ingram, as this will lead into a 1st and 10. So now I'm going to hand the ball off to him, and he's going to get stopped at the 33 there. So he has 627 rushing yards this season. So now this will be a 1st and 10 here for London. As Cam Newton, he's going to pass this off to Odell Beckham Jr., and he's going to get stopped at the 16 there. 1 for 1, 17 yards. So we're at the 16. I may as well just run it in or pass it to Harold McGrady. And now we got Cam Newton. Now he's going to run this in, and he gets another rushing touchdown. This will be a 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. And it's now going to be 28-0 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll see you guys after the 2-minute warning. All right, now we're ready to return the punt here. And we got Jalen Ramsey ready to return here for London, as Las Vegas will be is punting this away. And now Jalen Ramsey, he's ready to return. He's going to break tackles. Oh, wow, he's going to return this all the way into the end zone. And that, my friends, will be a touchdown for the Bulldogs. 85-yard return there, by the way. As it's 4th and 4, it was denied. So nobody even tackled him. The Raiders defense was not trying to stop him. He just broke tackles and just ran it straight into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs, and it's now going to be 36-0 because we're going to do a 2-point conversion here. And if that don't work, oh well, at least we're winning this game. And that's what we want to do, is just win and go 16-0. And we do make it in the 2-point we do make the 2-point conversion. It's now 36-0. And we'll see you guys when we're back on offense. We're going to take a break. All right, now this is going to be a 4th and 7 from the 44-yard line here in Las Vegas. So they're going to be ready to punt this out. And I'm just going to do a fair catch here for Jalen Ramsey, as he will be stopped at the 16 there. And we're going to use the HB stretch. We're going to run it with Mark Ingram the second. So now Cam Newton, he's going to hand the ball off to Mark Ingram, the Alabama product, and he trucks it in. And he has 3 rushes and 48 yards. So this is now going to be a 1st and 10 here for the... We're going to take a timeout here. And this is 36-0 here in Las Vegas. So we're going to use our recent plays. I like to use the HB stretch. And we're leading this 36-0. And it's almost the second half. And we're going to get stopped at the 46. We'll see you guys at the second half. Alright, now this is 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line here for the Raiders offense. So now they're going to pass the ball to Jason Witten. The ball is out. And it looks like Matt Alcindor recovered that fumble recovery. And this will be a 1st down and 10 here for the London Bulldogs. By the way, that was Alcindor's first fumble recovery in his NFL career. He's from UCLA. And Mark Ingram gets stopped at the 23. He was from the practice squad along with Harold McGrady. So he was in the preseason roster, but then he got sent to the practice squad. And I just re-signed him a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to pass this ball to Larry Fitzgerald. And that is a touchdown. So now the London Bulldogs are now going to lead this 15th touchdown reception of the season. And the Bulldogs will lead this 43-0. So we're going to use a 46 formation here for our defense. And now this is going to be a 1st and 10. We got Carlos Hyde ready to run it out. And he's going to get stopped at the 47. And this will lead into a 2nd and 8. We're using the 3-4 defense here. And now 2nd and 8. 47-yard line. They're going to hand the ball off to Carlos Hyde. And he's going to get stopped there down around the 47. So now this will lead into a 3rd and 8 here for Las Vegas. We're going to use a nickel formation here for the defense. And they're at the 47 as well. So now Derek Carr, he's going to throw the ball. And that will be an incomplete pass. So this will lead it to a 4th and 8. We're at the 47 now. And we got Jalen Ramsey ready to return this punt here for London. So now he's going to return it. And he's going to get stopped down at the 11-yard line. So he lost quite a bit of yardage there on that punt play. So now we're going to use the I form here. We're going to use the ISO play on 1st and 10 now. So we're going to hand the ball off to Mark Ingram. And he's going to get stopped there at the 17. All right, now this is 1st and 10 from the 45. By the way, this was the 4th quarter. So now Cam Newton, he's going to throw the ball deep to Rob Gronkowski. And he gets it. And he jumps on into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. We got the 3 passing touchdowns in this game by a 45-yard touchdown. And London is now going to lead this 50-0 because of that deep pass he threw across the field. He's just going to run it in. And we'll see you guys when we are on defense. All right, now this is 1st and 10 from the 34 here in Las Vegas. So now Derek Carr is going to throw the ball. He's going to think about throwing it to Henry Ruggs III, but that turns out to be incomplete. So we're going to use some man coverage here at the 34-yard line. 2nd down and 10, by the way, for Las Vegas. So now Vegas, they're going to throw the ball, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. And J.J. Watt is down and hurt for London, seems like. So now this will lead into a 3rd and 10 here for the Bulldogs. So now they're going to throw the ball, and that will be incomplete. So now we're going to be ready to return a punt. We got Jalen Ramsey ready to return here for London. And Las Vegas punts this away. And Jalen Ramsey will get stopped at the 30-yard line. 31-yard return there. So now he has a shoulder strain, but he will return soon. So now we're going to use a quick slants pass on 1st and 10. So I'm thinking about passing the ball possibly to Gronkowski. I don't know. Possibly. and I do pass it to him, and he jukes it, gets it down at the middle of the field. So Cam Newton is 4 for 4, 105 yards there, and this will lead into a first down and 10. The 2-minute warning is coming up. All right, now we're going to use a quick slants route on 1st and 10. And Cam Newton has thrown all his passes perfectly today. There was no incompletions from him. And I'm going to throw the ball to Rob Gronkowski, and he does get it into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. And we got our second first down of the game. So we only have 1 minute to go in this football game before we get our 12th win of the season. So I'm going to use the power O run play, and we'll hopefully get a 2-point conversion there. So I'm going to hand the ball off to Frank Gore, and he does get it in. So it's now 58-0 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll see you guys when we are on defense. All right, now this is 2nd and 10 from the 29 here in Las Vegas, as we see Derek Carr. He's going to think about throwing this ball, and that will be incomplete there. 7 for 22, 45 yards. And now he has a torn labrum, and J.J. Watt is out. And we're going to use the nickel formation here. He did really good this season. He had a couple of defensive touchdowns, a couple of INTs, though. And I think he had at least 6 or so sacks. And we get an interception. And it is Thomas Davis Sr. ready to return it into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. 3rd interception of the season, and I believe this is his first or either second one returned for a touchdown. So now this is going to be 64-0, and that is a pick 6 right there, and we will see you guys at the end of the game. So he read the quarterback's eyes, and he just ran it in straight into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. All right, that's it. The game is over. The Las Vegas Raiders are lose to the London Bulldogs, and the London Bulldogs win their 12th regular season game. So could they go 16-0 in the regular season, just like the 07 Patriots and my other franchise, which is the Toronto Huskies franchise, which I use the New York Jets for? Who knows? And we'll see you guys at statistics. All right, Cam Newton had a passer rating of 158.3, 6 for 6, 151 yards. And 3 touchdowns in this game. Derek Carr had an 8.7 pass rating, 8 out of 27, 65 yards, 2 INTs there. One of them returned for a touchdown. Drew Brees, 121.5 and 1 touchdown there. Rushing-wise, Cam Newton had 8 carries, 115 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day. Now let's check out our defense here. So Jerry Hughes, Malik Collins, Landon Collins, Jalen Ramsey, and J.J. Watt all had sacks. And Jalen Ramsey